American Civil War, North versus South. The Union eventually wins, and we all know how that story goes. But what if the South actually won? Imagine a world where Robert E. Lee's horse didn't get tired, and the Confederacy ended up as the superpower instead of the Union. Sounds crazy, right? Let's find out how it could have happened. It's 1863. The South is on the ropes. The Union is like, we've got this. We're just gonna wear them down. Yeah, well, I've got a secret weapon. So what's Lee's secret? A very well-timed nap. Instead of launching his big attack at Gettysburg, he decides, let's rest for a bit. Maybe we can try again tomorrow. And boom, the South wins Gettysburg. No more turning point for the Union. It's smooth sailing from there. The Union's like, okay, maybe I should have seen that coming. Hey, we still have like 20 more battles to win. Yeah, but do we? With the Confederacy's victory at Gettysburg, morale spikes. The South starts to think, hey, maybe we can win this. So they do what any confident nation does. They send an official letter to Europe. Hey, Europe, guess what? We won. Now, how about some trade deals? You know, cotton is in high demand. Exactly. Also, we got a new flag. Want to see it? Welcome to the international community, my fine cotton-loving friends. The South's like, we did it. Europe's got our back. The Union? Not so happy. This isn't good, Grant. We need help. I'll just call up the draft again, but this time, it's personal. But it's too late. The Union's resources are drained. With foreign recognition, the South can now buy all the weapons, supplies, and fancy hats they need. But here's the kicker. They don't even need to fight as much. Why? Because as the Union fights, they start squabbling about everything. Why are we still here in the mud? Because Lincoln told us to, and this time he's serious. Well, I'm seriously leaving. This is ridiculous. The Union starts to fall apart. By 1865, Lincoln finally throws in the towel. Fine, you guys do your thing. I'll just be over here in Illinois trying to figure out where I went wrong. And so, in a shocking turn of events, the Confederacy wins the Civil War. The United States breaks into two parts. Now here's where things get a little interesting. The Confederate States of America is officially born. The Union becomes the Union of Northern States, which is pretty much just the same, but with a few extra sad people in it. The South, now with Europe's blessing, goes full steam ahead. They rebuild their economy with newfound global trade. But they really love their cotton. They never get over it. We have to get more cotton. How do we do that? Well, we could try not having slaves. Are you crazy? More slaves! Now the South gets more ambitious. They think, hey, if we can take on the North, why not Mexico? They invade Mexico. And sure enough, by 1870, Mexico is now a southern colony. But here's where it gets really weird. France and Britain start getting too comfy with the South. They start encouraging the Confederacy to push the Union into a corner. Now, the North has to deal with both Europe and the South. The Union starts losing influence fast, and to make matters worse, President Grant, when he eventually takes over, has a knack for making bad decisions. Let's just build more railroads. We're bankrupt. Don't worry, railroads will fix it. Spoiler alert, they don't. By 1900, the Confederacy is the superpower. The North? It's still trying to figure out what went wrong. They keep blaming railroads. So what happens when the South wins the Civil War? Well, the South becomes rich off cotton, slaves, and French wine. The North's still trying to catch up, but mostly arguing over how to catch up. Texas becomes its own country again, because of course it does. And the two nations keep fighting over who gets to be real America. But honestly, the real winners here? Probably the British. They're just sitting there like, good thing we stayed out of it. And that's the world where the South wins, a weird cotton-filled world. So what did we learn? If the South won the Civil War, cotton becomes king. The North keeps digging its own hole. And Europe? Oh, they're just enjoying the show. History doesn't stop, it just gets way more obsessed with cotton. So next time someone brings up the Civil War, maybe ask if they're also looking to invade Mexico for some extra cotton fields. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and tell us, what would you do if the South won the Civil War? Frank still thinks Mexico would have made a nice addition.